Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 1985 World Series in season ticket baseball. We are live at an electric Tiger Stadium tonight for Game 2 of the 1985 World Series between the Montreal Expos and the Detroit Tigers. The Expos lead this series 1-0. Tigers know they have got to have this game tonight, or they're going to Montreal down 0-2, where the Expos have yet to lose in this postseason. So to at the very least ensure all three games at Olympic Stadium, Detroit has got to win Game 2 tonight. This is must-win for the Tigers. But we will find out if they can get it. The Expos, of course, won Game 1 by a final score of 5-2. And you might also notice that if it's a little bit brighter, I am using the new lights for the very first time on the channel. So, well, actually, for the first time for baseball on the channel, I did use them when I played Twilight 2000 earlier this morning. Jury's still out on what I think of them so far. I think the backlight here that I've got is probably a lot more helpful. Let's also remember to put the first inning up on the scoreboard, because that would be moderately helpful. Anyway, we're leading into the pregame pageantry a little bit more. So, if the fans will please rise, we'll have the playing of the national anthems. First, we will have the Canadian national anthem. And now after that, we will have the playing of the American national anthem. Thank you for your indulgence in the anthems. Now, with that all being said, let's jump down to the field and see what we've got going on here. Starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers in this must-win Game 2 for the Tigers is Dan Petrie. 15-13 with a 3.36 ERA, 238 2/3 innings pitched, 109 strikeouts, 81 walks, 24 home runs, and 85. The lineup trying to get this series to Montreal with the Expos up 2-0. Let's meet them right here. Leading off, we've got Scott Thompson in right field. Herm Winningham's the designated hitter. Tim Raines is at left field. Vance Law's at second base. Tim Wallach is at third base. Mitch Webster's in center field. Hubie Brooks is at shortstop. Mike Fitzgerald's catching. And Razor Shines is at first base. That's the lineup that Petrie is going to have to keep in check if the Tigers are going to get to Olympic Stadium with this series tied at 1. Leading off for the Expos tonight, we have got Scott Thompson, the right fielder. 281 average, no home runs, 4 RBIs in 85. We are using black, white, and orange dice today. Tigers are the home team. Game 2 of the World Series. Expos lead 1-0. Tigers need to win Game 2. The Expos have never lost at Olympic Stadium, which is where we'll be for Game 3 on Thursday. Can the Tigers even this series? Only the dice know for sure, and in order to find out what the dice know, we have to go to the first pitch. So Petrie, go ahead, get the sign from Parrish, and take it away. And he will take it away with a .353, and that'll be a fly ball into left field. Going back for that one for the Tigers is going to be Larry Herndon. He will make the catch, 1 out in the inning, and we are underway here at Tiger Stadium. 1 out in the inning, and Herm Winningham, now the batter. 237 average, 3 home runs, 21 RBIs in 85. Petrie will look to Parrish for the sign. He will set, here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a .344, and Winningham's going to get frozen by a slider for strike 3. That is out number 2. Two outs, and Tim Raines, now the batter. 320 average, 11 home runs, 41 RBIs in 85. Petrie will look to Parrish for the sign. He will set, here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a .504. That'll give us a rare play with the bases empty and 2 outs. And that will be a 650. 650 says it's going to be a fly ball to first base as they fall into the stands. All runners are awarded 1 base when the catcher fields the ball and then leaves the field of play. Catcher, oh boy, this is going to be bad. So Evans, foul pop-up, caught by catcher as they fall into the dugout. Per Rule 5.09A1, all runners are awarded 1 base when the fielder catches the ball and leaves the field of play. So that's going to end up with being... all runners are awarded 1 base. Okay, so that's going to be a pop-out to third. We're getting to that is going to be Darrell Evans. He will make the catch, but he's injured on the play as well. 1, 2, 3 go the Expos here in the bottom of the first. But before we set the scene, we need to resolve the injury to Evans. And if Ben Witz is logging in here, he will probably be panicking to hear that. So we need to get a... Which table do we need to get? I think we said collision injury. So we need to go to collision injury. Die roll modifier for Evans. This is bad. Let's see, he played 151 games. So the roll is going to be a +5. So we roll all 3 dice, add 5. Let's see, 5, 10, 16. So 16, which means Evans, Darrell Evans is going to be out with a broken nose. He's going to miss 2 days. Ouch. Which means, so we'll resolve the end of the inning, but we are going to have a substitution here. Actually, no, I think we've got to do it now with the defense on. Well, we'll take the pop out because Evans is going to catch that. Score will be Montreal 0, Detroit coming to bat. But we will need to deal with the injury to deal with the injury to Evans as the hits keep coming for the Tigers here in this World Series. First, Whitaker went down, and now Evans is going to be out. He's going to miss 2 days. So do we have another first baseman? We do have another first baseman. So coming in to play first base, even though we haven't met the lineups yet, is going to be Dave Bergman coming in for the Tigers. He will come in for Evans to play first base. All right, bench. Yikes. And I think the way I'm going to have to do this... Okay, so looks like I do have to back up and do the undo here. So I've got to back up and change the defense. Actually, do I have to? Okay, so yeah, the way I think I've got to do this is I've got to switch him out now, just in case he comes up to bat in the bottom of the first, which with this Tigers offense is very possible. So another huge blow for the Tigers as the hits just keep on coming and not in a good way for the Tigers. So Bergman has got to come in the 5 spot. Sorry for the delay here. I'm just getting Digital Diamond to catch up with me. So that's going to be a P3, and the side will once again be retired. So while Digital Diamond catches up after all of that, we will take ourselves to the bottom of the first, where the score is Montreal 0. Detroit coming to bat. Starting pitcher for the Montreal Expos tonight is Bill Gullickson. 14-12 with a 3.52 ERA. 181 and a third innings pitched, 68 strikeouts, 47 walks, and 8 home runs in 85. While the rest of the Expos get loose behind Gullickson, we'll meet the Tigers lineup trying to get this series to Montreal, even at 1. Leading off is Alan Trammell at... I'm going to bring my scorebook over here so I can actually see what positions everybody's playing. Alan Trammell is at shortstop. Nelson Simmons is the designated hitter. Kirk Gibson is in right field. Doug Flynn is a substitute for Lou Whitaker, who is injured starting this series. He's at second base. Dave Bergman coming in for the now injured Darrell Evans at first base. Lance Parrish is catching. Barbaro Garby's in center field. Larry Herndon is in left field. And Marty Castillo is at third base tonight. That's the lineup Gullickson will have to hold in check to help the Expos get this series up to Montreal with a 2-0 lead for said Expos. And the Tigers are now getting wounded by the injury bug pretty hard. Leading off for the Tigers is the shortstop, Alan Trammell. 258 average, 13 home runs, 57 RBIs in 85. Evans is a huge bat in the middle of the Tigers lineup. His presence will be sorely missed. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 260 against a righty. A 260 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Brooks will grab that one. He'll take his time, throw that over to first. Out number 1 in the inning. Nelson Simmons, now the batter. 239 average, 10 home runs, 33 RBIs in 85. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. Tiger Stadium is electric. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 149. And a 149 is going to be popped up on the infield. Simmons got under it and popped it up. Calling everybody off at third base is going to be Wallach. He will make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. The ever-dangerous Kirk Gibson, now the batter for the Tigers. 287 average, 29 home runs, 97 RBIs in 85. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 197. And a 197. Gibson's going to get into that one. That'll get to the wall and drop softly, but Gibson will be safe with a bloop double. Doug Flynn, now the batter for the Tigers, replacing the injured Lou Whitaker. 255 average, no home runs, 2 RBIs in 85. Gullickson trying to get around a 2-out double by Gibson. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 594. That's into right field where Scott Thompson's waiting for that one. And we've got to do ratings defense here. So checking on the outfield, the colored die 4 is less than his arm. Less than or equal to his arm. So that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Thompson will get under that one. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. The 2-out double from the Tigers goes for nothing. We are scoreless here at Tiger Stadium after 1. This is a gigantic Game 2 for both teams. Detroit can get back in this series, or Montreal can take control. Just checking on my timer here. Okay, everything looks good there. I am running laundry today, so I'm keeping an eye on that timer. Petrie will finish up his warm-up tosses as Vance Law steps into the batter's box for the Expos. 266 average, 10 home runs, 52 RBIs in 85. And I will see you guys at the bottom of the second. Petrie will look to Parrish for the sign. Tiger Stadium, Tigers know they have got to have this game because they can't go to Montreal down 0-2. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. That is a 645. A 645 is going to be grounded over to first. Picking that one up is Bergman. He will wave off Petrie coming over. Take that to the bag himself. Out number 1. One out, and the ever-dangerous Tim Wallach is now the batter. 260 average, 22 home runs, 81 RBIs in 85. Petrie looking in at Parrish for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 202 against a righty that'll turn into a 402. And for Wallach, that'll be grounded over to second. Flynn will grab that one. He'll flip that over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Two outs, and Mitch Webster, now the batter. 274 average, 11 home runs, 30 RBIs in 85. Webster with a 3-run home run that gave the Expos the lead for good in Game 1. Petrie knows he's got to be careful with Webster. He will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 6-11, and a 6-11 is going to be a swing and a miss as Webster tries to do too much with a changeup. That will be strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Expos here in the top of the second. Still no score at Tiger Stadium as we get set for the bottom of the second. And leading off the bottom of the second for the Tigers, we've got the new first baseman, Dave Bergman. 179 average, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs in 85. He's a lefty against Gullickson. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 659. That'll turn into a 669 and be a ground ball over to first. Shines will get to that one. He'll throw that over to Gullickson coming over to cover. Out number 1. One out for the Tigers, and Lance Parrish is now the batter. 273 average, 28 home runs, 98 RBIs in 85. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 681. That'll turn into a 691, and that'll be a base hit for Parrish. He will get on with a single. Expos infield will go to double play depth as Barbaro Garby is now the batter. 257 average, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs in 85. Gullickson looking over at Parrish. Parrish will hold. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. Now he will pitch. That is a 350. And a 350 is going to be a slow roller on the infield, but Garby will leg that out. He'll have a single as well. And the Tigers have something going on here with one out. Fans at Tiger Stadium are coming alive. Batter now is Larry Herndon. 244 average, 12 home runs, 37 RBIs in 85. Fitzgerald goes out to talk to Gullickson on the mound, telling him to settle down. Tiger Stadium is loud, hoping the Tigers can take advantage. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 303. And Herndon tries to do too much with a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 2. That is a big strikeout for Gullickson. And Marty Castillo, now the batter. 119 average, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs in 85. Gullickson trying to get over 2 singles, trying to get around 2 singles with 1 out. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 225. And against a righty, a 225 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Wallach will get that one. He'll take his time, throw that over to Shines at first, side retired. Stadium groans. Ugh. 2 hits, but the Tigers can't get anything out of it as their woes with runners in scoring position continue. We are scoreless here at Tiger Stadium after 2. Okay, just checking, make sure the camera hasn't frozen up on me. Top of the third coming up as Petrie finishes up his warm-up tosses. Hubie Brooks, now the batter for the Expos. 269 average, 13 home runs, 100 RBIs in 85. Petrie will look to Parrish for the sign. He will set, here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 111. 111 is going to be grounded right back to Petrie. That'll be a comebacker. He will take his time, throw that over to Bergman, out number 1. Mike Fitzgerald, now the batter for the Expos. 207 average, 5 home runs, 34 RBIs in 85. Petrie will look to Parrish for the sign, and he will deal. That is a 412. And against a righty, a 412, Fitzgerald gets frozen by a slider for strike 3. That is out number 2. Third strikeout on the night by Petrie. Two outs in the inning, and here's Razor Shines. 120 average, no home runs, 3 RBIs in 85. Petrie will look to Parrish for the sign. He will set, here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 116, and that'll be grounded right back to Petrie. That'll be another comebacker. He'll take his time, throw that over to Bergman, side retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Expos here in the top of the third. Still scoreless at Tiger Stadium as we get set for the bottom of the third. Both pitchers are pitching goose eggs so far. Leading off for the Tigers tonight, in the bottom of the third, is Trammell. Trammell's 0 for 1. He grounded out to short his first time up. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 581. That's into center field. Back for that one is Mitch Webster, and he'll have no problem with that one. He will take his time, look the ball into his glove, and that is out number 1. One out in the inning, and Simmons, now the batter. Simmons popped out to third his first time up. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 172, and a 172 is going to be a bloop single for Simmons. He will get on with a 1-out single. The infield for the Expos will go to double play depth, as the batter now is the ever-dangerous Gibson. Gibson today, though, well, Gibson's 1 for 1 with a double today. Simmons, not a threat to steal. He will hold. Gullickson, and Gibson's got excellent power. He's going to swing away. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 323. And Gibson's going to swing through a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 2. Two outs, and the batter now is Flynn. Flynn tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time up. Gullickson trying to pitch around a 1-out single. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 611. That'll turn into a 621 and be popped up on the infield. Law calling everybody off in the infield grass. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. A 1-out single for the Tigers comes to grief. We are still scoreless here at Tiger Stadium after 3. Just going to check on my laundry timer real quick. That has gone off. So I do need to step away and take a small break while I go deal with that. So bear with me while I take care of that. Now that we've got that sorted out, that gave Petrie a little bit more time to get his warm-up tosses in as he's looking at the top of the Expos order. Here's Thompson. Thompson flew to left his first time up. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 155, and a 155 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Back for that one is going to be Garby. He will come in for that one, actually, but he'll make the catch either way. Out number 1. Winningham, now the batter. Winningham struck out looking his first time up. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. Fans here at Tiger Stadium are loud. Still scoreless in the top of the 4th. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. That is a 453. And a 453 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Back for that one is going to be Herndon. He will make the catch, and that is out number 2. Two outs, and the batter now is Raines. Raines popped out to first his first time up. That actually was the pop-up that injured Evans. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 370. And a 370 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Flynn will get that one. He will take his time, throw that over to first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Expos here in the top of the 4th. Still no score at Tiger Stadium as we get set for the bottom of the 4th. We will be looking at the middle of the order for the Tigers. Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Tigers is Bergman. Bergman tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded over to first. As ID Jester is first to join us here at Tiger Stadium. No package yet. I've got paranoid eyes on the tracking for it, though. I'm hoping it'll come in sometime early this week. But believe me, when it comes in, we will be unboxing it on the channel. So I do have eyes out for it. As the Tigers, and we've already had a big story for the Tigers as well. Evans made a catch falling into the stands, and he got injured, so he's out of the game as well. Bergman is his replacement. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 372. And that'll be grounded over to second. Law will take that one, going to his right. He'll take his time, throw that over to first. Out number 1. Parrish, now the batter. Parrish is 1 for 1 with a single tonight. Gullickson looking to Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 390. And a 390, just missed good contact, but that'll be a fly ball into left field. Raines it back for that one on his horse. He's back near the track, but he will make that catch. 2 outs in the inning. Garby, now the batter. Garby is 1 for 1. He's also got a single. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 597. That sounds like trouble into right field. Thompson, that'll get by him, and that'll be a base hit into right field. Garby will hold, as Thompson's got quite the arm out in right field. Garby will hold it first with 2 outs in the inning. Herndon, now the batter. Herndon tonight is 0 for 1. Gullickson trying to get around a 2-out single now. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 160. And a 160 is going to be a base hit into center field. Garby could try to extend that, but he's not going to. And now the Tigers have something going on here with 2 outs. Batter now for the Tigers is Castillo. Castillo tonight is 0 for 1. Fitzgerald goes out to talk to Gullickson, telling him, hey, we want to take control of this series. We don't want to let them back in it. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Garby at second, Herndon at first, Tiger Stadium, loud. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 545. That's over to second base. Law looking for that one. And that'll be a ground ball right to Law. He will take his time, throw that over to first, and that will retire the side. Stadium groans. Ugh. 2 hits, but the Tigers can't get anything out of it as their woes with runners in scoring position continue. We are scoreless here at Tiger Stadium after 4. In terms of the lights, Jester, I actually have a couple of new lights on. So I've got the UV size lights. I finally got those set up and I've got those on. What you might also be noticing is I've actually got a light. I'm going to just check the hand real quick. I've got another light that I mount in the hot shoe mount on my camera, which lets me see, and I'll show you how it looks. So when I bring the cards up for the lineups, you can probably see it's a lot easier to read the cards with that light on the mount behind my camera. That was another light I was looking for when I was out when I was out running errands yesterday. So I've actually got a few new lights that I've invested in. I've also still got my normal lights because I didn't think the UV size lights were giving me enough lighting, so I left my lights on the table on. So let's move into the top of the 5th as Petrie finishes up his warm-up tosses. Here's Law stepping into the batter's box. Law grounded out to first his first time up. We are still scoreless here at Tiger Stadium as we get set for the top of the 5th. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 186. And a 186 is going to be a bloop single for Law. He will get on with a base hit. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. Law, not a threat to steal. He will hold. Wallach with excellent power. He's going to swing away. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 678. And a 678. Here comes the pitch inside. Plunk. Ouch. Petrie hits Wallach. As everybody moves up, batter now is Webster. Webster is 0 for 1, but remember, Webster also had the 3-run home run last night. Boy, does this situation look familiar. Parrish going out to talk to Petrie, telling him, hey, settle down. You cannot make a mistake with this guy. Petrie will now get the sign from Parrish. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud, hoping Petrie can settle it down. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. That is a 312. And a 312. Webster gets frozen by the high heat for strike 3. That is out number 1. Stadium cheers. Yay! 1 out in the inning, and the batter now is Brooks. Brooks tonight is 0 for 1. Petrie knows he's got to work around 2 leadoff runners. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 143. And a 143 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Back for that one is going to be Garby. He will make the catch, and that is out number 2. Two outs, and the batter now is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald tonight is 0 for 1. Petrie trying to get out of this inning. He will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 155. And that's another fly ball into center field. Garby, once again, on his horse for that one. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. A hit and a hit batter but the Expos can't get anything out of it. Still scoreless here as we get set for the bottom of the fifth. Stadium size. Phew! A very scary situation if you're a Tigers fan, but the Tigers dodge the bullet on that one. Leading off the bottom of the fifth as Gullickson gets his warm-up tosses in is Trammell. Trammell is 0 for 2 tonight. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 653. That'll turn into a 663 and be a ground ball over to short. Law will pick that. Actually, not Law. Brooks will get that one. He'll throw that over to first. 1 out in the inning. Whether it's going to Brooks or Law, it's going to the same place anyway. Simmons, now the batter. Simmons is 1 for 2 with a single tonight. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. Fans at Tiger Stadium hoping the Tigers can get something going. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 584. That's into center field. Webster going after that one, and that'll be a fly ball to Webster. He'll take a couple steps to his right, make the catch, 2 outs in the inning. 2 outs, and the batter now is Gibson. Gibson tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a double. Ever a dangerous threat. Gullickson trying to get out of this inning with no trouble. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 669. That'll turn into a 679, and that'll be a base hit for Gibson. He will extend the inning with a single. Batter now is Flynn. Flynn is 0 for 2 tonight. Gullickson looking over at Gibson at first. Gibson not going anywhere. He's not going to try to run the Tigers out of the inning. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald as he turns to deal with Flynn. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 675. That'll turn into a 685. And that'll be a base hit for Flynn. Gibson will go to third on the play. And the Tigers now have something going on with 2 outs. Runners at the corners, and the batter now is Bergman. Bergman tonight is 0 for 2. Tigers are looking to get the first run of the game here. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 118. And a 118, that's going to be lined to short. Brooks will put up his glove, pow, and the ball will slam into it. That will retire the side. 2 hits, but the Tigers can't get anything out of it as we are still scoreless here at Tiger Stadium after 5. We've got a pitcher's duel here tonight, folks. Stadium groans. Ugh. As Philip Reynolds now joins us here at Tiger Stadium. Thank you for casting your vote for the next project. As a reminder to anybody who might be new to the channel, I've got my Summer 2025 project selection poll up in my posts section on my channel. So if you want to influence what project comes next on the channel, make sure you go vote in that. The more votes your chosen project gets, the more dice it'll roll on the 1985 season recap and reveal show. I'm going to get ready for a couple of pinch hitters coming in here in this inning. Because our first order of business is Razor Shines coming out of the game for the Expos. And coming in to pinch hit and take over at first base is going to be... Wait a minute. Did I miss something? Nope, never mind. Just had to go to the bottom of the page. Andres Galarraga, 187 average, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs in 85. He will bat in place of Shines. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. That is a 575. That's into left field. Back for that one is Herndon on a 575. That'll be a fly ball right to him. Herndon will make that catch, and that will be out number 1. Thompson is also going to come out of the game, and coming into... There we go. Coming in to pinch hit and take over in right field. I'm surprised they left him out of the game as a starter, but he is going to come in and take over. He's going to pinch hit now and take over at right field. That will be Mr. Andre Dawson. 255 average, 23 home runs, 91 RBIs in 85. Petrie now looking at a much powerful bat than Thompson. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. Now he will pitch. That is a 259. And against a righty, a 259 is going to be a 589. That's into center field. Where back for that is Garby. So a 589. That's probably going to end up being an error, but let's find out. Let's see. So the die is less than his range. Okay. We need to check his arm next with an arm of a 1. That's going to drop, and that's going to drop in front of Garby, and that'll be a base hit for Dawson. He will get on with a single. Still not used to ratings-based defense yet. But Dawson will be on with a single. 1 out, the infield at double play depth. Batter now is Winningham. Winningham tonight is 0 for 2. Dawson, not a threat to steal. He will hold. Winningham has got... I think they're going to try a hit and run here, actually, are the Expos. The Expos are going to try a hit and run here. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 690. And a 690 is going to be a base hit for Winningham. The hit and run works to perfection as Dawson will go to third on the play. And they've got runners at the corners. Here's Raines. Raines tonight is... Hold on while I update my scorebook. Raines is 0 for 2. The infield has got to play in. Dawson with the first run of the game. I'm just going to check arms real quick. 2, 2, 2... wait a minute. 0. Dawson is going on contact to try to score the first Expos run tonight. Petrie looking at Parrish for the sign. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. That is a 203. And that'll turn into a 403 against a switch left. And against a righty, that will be a walk. And the bases are full of Expos with 1 out. Batter now is Law. Law tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a single. Fans at Tiger Stadium are extremely nervous. Petrie, the throw has to come to the plate. Tiger Stadium is loud but nervous. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. Dawson at third, Winningham at second, Raines at first, no place to put Law. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. That is a 130. And a 130 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Garby, back for that one. He will make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. But the Tigers are not out of the woods yet, because the batter now is the ever-dangerous Wallach. Wallach tonight, though, is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch. Fans at Tiger Stadium are still loud, hoping Petrie can get out of trouble. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 388. And a 388. That is going to be a base hit by Wallach, and the Expos are going to strike first. Dawson will score, as will Winningham. Raines goes to second, Wallach to first. 2-0 Expos. Stadium groans. Ugh. Batter now is Webster. Webster struck out twice tonight. He's 0 for 2. Petrie trying to get out of this inning with only the 2 runs of damage. He will get the sign from Parrish. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. That is a 416. And a 416 against a righty. That is going to be a base hit by Webster, and the Expos are going to extend their lead. Let's see. Let me just update my score sheet here once again. Raines will score. Wallach will go to second. Webster to first. 3-0 Expos. Stadium. What? Oh. Forgot to enter that. Stadium groans. Ugh. Batter now is Brooks. Brooks tonight is 0 for 2. We're going to get some activity in the Tigers' bullpen, as starting to get loose for the Tigers is going to be, let's see, mostly righties, huh? Bob Stoddard is going to start getting loose for the Tigers as Brooks takes his practice cuts. Petrie trying to get out of the inning. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That, we're going to call that a 689, since that was mostly where it landed. And a 689. That is going to be another base hit, and the Expos are going to get more out of it. Wallach will score. Webster to third. Brooks to second. Brooks to first. 4-0 Expos. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald tonight is 0 for 2. They're telling Petrie, try to get out of the inning. If you bat around, we're going to pull you. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. Tiger Stadium not liking what they see. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. That is a 680. And a 680, that is going to be a bloop single, and the carnage continues. Webster will score. Brooks to third. Fitzgerald to second, or to first. 5-0 Expos. Batter now is Galarraga, and that is going to be it for Petrie. The Tigers are going to go to the bullpen. As the batter now is Galarraga. Galarraga's 0 for 1. Petrie is going to come out of the game. Coming in to pitch for the Tigers. Once we get this to cooperate. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to go to defense. Because I need to get to the bullpen for Digital Diamond. Come on, Digital Diamond. Coming in to pitch for the Tigers is going to be Bob Stoddard. Oh, no wins, no losses, 6.75 ERA, 13 and a third innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks, 3 home runs in 85. Brooks and Fitzgerald are still Petrie's runners, though, as the Expos are now starting to do some serious damage here in the top of the 6th. Stoddard will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 246 against a righty. 246 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one for the Tigers is going to be Gibson. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. But that was an inning for the Expos. Let's see. Just updating everything here. 5 runs on 6 hits and a walk. The Expos now with a 5-0 lead as we get set for the bottom of the 6th. Stadium groans. Ugh. And Digital Diamond yelling at me because we need both a new first baseman and a new right fielder. But Galarraga and Dawson were going to take over in those spots respectively. So now we just need to make Digital Diamond wise to that. Sorry for the delay there. I had to stop Digital Diamond from yelling at me for a minute there. That might be too much for Detroit to overcome, but we shall see. Well, it does not help remotely that the Tigers' troubles with runners in scoring position have continued in this World Series. Batter now for the Tigers leading off is Parrish. Parrish is 1 for 2 with a single. We are going to get some activity in the Expos bullpen, as getting loose for Montreal is going to be, let's see, mostly righties, huh? The Expos are going to get David Palmer warming up in the bullpen. They want to eat up some innings. Gullickson now coming out with a 5-0 lead. He's got to feel mighty good about that. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 160. And a 160 is going to be a base hit into center field. First point of fatigue against Gullickson. Parrish will hold it first. The Tigers are not going to do anything cute here. They need base runners. Expos will go to double play depth. Batter now is Garby. Garby tonight is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Palmer starting to get warmed up for the Expos in the bullpen. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set and he will deal. That is a 526 and a 526 for Fitzgerald. That's going to be a walk. As Fitzgerald can't frame the pitch, and the Tigers now have something going on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Batter now is Herndon. Herndon tonight is 1 for 2. Gullickson, they're going to take Gullickson out now. The Expos don't want to take a chance on this inning getting away from them. Coming in to pitch for the Expos. Once we get to the bullpen. It's not wanting to cooperate with me, but coming in to pitch for the Expos is going to be David Palmer, 7-10 with a 3.71 ERA, 135 2/3 innings pitched, 106 strikeouts, 67 walks, 5 home runs in 85. His job is to stop the carnage here. Palmer will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set into a loud Tiger Stadium, and he will pitch. That is a 266, and against a righty, a 266. Herndon's going to get frozen by a curveball for strike 3. That is out number 1. That is a huge strikeout by Palmer. Stadium groans. Ugh. 1 out, and Castillo is now the batter. Castillo tonight is 0 for 2. Palmer trying to get out of this inning. Palmer will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud, but the Tigers are trailing 5-0. Palmer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 288. And against a righty, a 288, Castillo's going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 2. Castillo says to the umpire, hey, that pitch was out of bounds. The umpire says, no, you're out of bounds. You're also out. Go sit. 2 outs in the inning, and Trammell now the batter. Trammell tonight is 0 for 3. Tigers fans probably hoping that Trammell's due. Expos fans hoping nothing of the sort. Palmer will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That is a 268 against a righty. 268 is going to be Trammell getting frozen by a slider for strike 3. That will retire the side. Stadium barfs. Bleh. After a hit and a walk, Palmer comes in, strikes out the side. Score is now 5-0 Expos after 6. Palmer coming up huge for the Expos in the bottom of the 6th. As Gullickson leaves in line for the win tonight. Top of the 7th, and we're back to the top of the Expos order. Here's Dawson. Dawson tonight is 1 for 2. No, he's 1 for 1 actually. He's got a single tonight. He came in the 6th at the same time Galarraga did. Dawson will wait for the pitch from Stoddard. Stoddard will get the sign from Parrish, and he will pitch. That is a 303. And Dawson swings through a curveball trying to do too much with it for strike 3. That is out number 1. Winningham, now the batter. Winningham is 1 for 3. He's got a single tonight. Stoddard will get the sign from Parrish. He will set. Here's the kick. And here comes the pitch. That is a 604. And that'll be a ground ball over to second. Flynn will grab that one, throw it over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Raines, now the batter. Raines tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Stoddard trying to get out of trouble. He will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 204. That'll turn into a 404 against a switch left, and a 404 against a righty. Raines will get to first with a walk. As Stoddard loses control of the heat, going wide of the zone, that is ball 4. Also, first point of pitcher fatigue against Stoddard. Law, now the batter with 2 outs. Law is 1 for 3 with a single. We're going to get some activity in the Tigers' bullpen as getting loose for the Tigers. Righty switch righty. Righty switch righty. Tigers are not good against righties. They're going to get Juan Beringer warming up just to start eating up some innings. Stoddard trying to get out of trouble with Raines on first. Stoddard will get the sign from Parrish. Let me straighten that out a little bit. Stoddard will set, and he will pitch. That is a 358. And a 358 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Trammell will grab that one. He'll throw that over to Flynn. That'll get Raines, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk for the Expos. Still 5-0 Montreal as we get set for the 7th inning stretch. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I will take a small break. Once again, go vote in the Summer 2025 project poll if you want to influence what project is coming to the channel in Summer 2025. There will be no baseball tomorrow night. As for the end of the month, we'll be doing Pino with Phoenix tomorrow night instead. The next time we get together for baseball will be Thursday night. We will have Game 3 at Olympic Stadium, where the Tigers will now be on the road against the Expos. Let me get my rotations out here, and I can tell you who the starters are going to be. Let's see. Walt Terrell will be going for the Tigers, and Dan Schatzeder will be going for the Expos. The question is, will the Tigers be all but fighting for their lives, or will they have a chance to get back into this series and maybe take a surprise lead? We will find that out at the end of this game. Bottom of the 7th coming up as Palmer continues to pitch. He's looking at the top of the Tigers' order. Here's Simmons. Simmons tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Expos know they're 9 outs away from taking control of this series. Palmer will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set and he will pitch. That is a 200 even. That'll turn into a 400 even. And that'll be a walk for Simmons as he'll trot to first with a leadoff base on balls. Infield will go to double play depth for the Expos. Batter now is Gibson. Gibson tonight is 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Palmer knows he's got to be careful with Gibson. A mistake is probably headed to Mars. Palmer will get the... Actually, let me check to make sure the camera didn't freeze on me because I know it's done that in the past. Okay. We are all good there. And of course, I dropped dice while I'm checking to make sure the camera is good. Palmer will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the kick. And here comes the pitch. That is a 484 against a righty. 484 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Going back for that one is going to be Winningham. He will make the catch, out number 1. Simmons could try to advance to first or to second, but he is not going to try to tag. 1 out in the inning, though. Batter now is Flynn. Flynn tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Palmer looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick. And here comes the pitch. That is a 564. That's over to Brooks at shortstop. 564. That'll be a ground ball right to him. He'll take his time, throw that over to second. 2 outs in the inning. Or throw that over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Simmons will go to second. Batter now is Bergman. Bergman tonight is 0 for 3. Bergman in place of Evans, who got injured in the first. Palmer will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Palmer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 497, and a 497 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Winningham will go back for that one. He's back near the track, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk for the Tigers. Still 5-0 Montreal after 7. Stadium groans. Ugh. Okay. Stoddard is going to come out of the game. The Tigers are going to go to the bullpen again. They need to stop the bleeding right here. Coming in to pitch for the Tigers is going to be... Tigers are going to go to a little bit of long relief here. The Tigers are going to go to Juan Behringer. 5-6 with a 5.59 ERA, 95 innings pitched, 82 strikeouts, 48 walks, 12 home runs, and 85. We're going to get some activity in the Expos bullpen as well, as starting to get loose for the Expos. Righty. The Expos are going to get Jack O'Connor warming up in the bullpen. Leading off for the Expos is going to be the ever-dangerous Wallach. Wallach tonight is 1 for 2 with a single, and he's been hit by a pitch. Behringer knows a mistake, could be headed to Mars. Behringer will get the sign from Parrish. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud, hoping the Tigers can mount a comeback. Behringer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 382. And a 382, that's not going to help because Wallach will be on with a leadoff base hit. Excuse me. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Webster. Webster tonight is 1 for 3. He's also got a single. Behringer will get the sign from Parrish. Tigers need a huge double play ball here. Behringer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 645. And a 645 will be grounded over to first. Grabbing that is Bergman. He'll throw that over to Trammell covering second. That'll get Wallach. Trammell will try to make the relay back, but that won't be in time. That'll be a fielder's choice. Wallach's thrown out. 1 out in the inning. Batter now is Brooks. Brooks is 1 for 3 with a single and with an RBI single. Behringer trying to keep this where it is. He will get the sign from Parrish. He will set and he will pitch. That is a 404. And against a righty, that'll be a ground ball over to second. Flynn will pick that one up. He'll throw that over to Trammell. That'll get Webster. Trammell will try to make the relay, but that won't be in time either. Webster will be thrown out. 2 outs in the inning. Brooks is on the fielder's choice. Two outs, and the batter now is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald tonight is 1 for 3 with a single of his own. 5-0 Expos, top of the 8th. Behringer trying to get out of trouble. He will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 549. That does not sound like getting out of trouble. That's Flynn, and Flynn's going to boot that one. Everybody's safe on the E4. As Behringer looks over to Flynn, like, come on, what is going on over there? We cannot be having these problems tonight. Batter now is Galarraga. Galarraga tonight is 0 for 2. Behringer looking in at Parrish for the sign. He will set, here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 429. And a 429, Galarraga swings through the high heat, trying to do too much with it, and that will retire the side. Stadium size. Phew! A hit and an error, but the Expos are not able to take advantage of it. 5-0 Expos as we get set for the bottom of the 8th. Palmer will come out to start the bottom of the 8th. O'Connor still getting loose in the bullpen. Just about ready to come in, though. Leading off for the Tigers is Parrish. Parrish tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. 5-0 Expos, bottom of the 8th. Palmer looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set, and he will deal. That is a 652. That'll turn into a 662 and be grounded over to short. Brooks will grab that one. He'll take his time, throw that over to first. 1 out in the inning. Garby, now the batter. Garby tonight is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles and a walk. Palmer will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Palmer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 691. That'll turn into a 701, and that'll be a walk for Garby. He will get on for the 4th time tonight, and that'll be the first point of fatigue against Palmer. Infield will, of course, go to double play depth while they get the spin down for Palmer's fatigue. Batter now is Herndon. Herndon tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Palmer looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 263, and against a righty, a 263. Herndon tries to do too much with a changeup. He ends up getting fooled by it completely. Strike 3, out number 2. Stadium groans. Ugh. 2 outs in the inning, and Castillo now the batter. Castillo is 0 for 3. Palmer trying to get out of the inning with no run damage. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Palmer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 147. And a 147, that's going to be a 2-out walk for Castillo. He will trot to first with a 2-out free pass. Second point of fatigue on Palmer. Batter now is Trammell. Trammell tonight is 0 for 4. Palmer hoping to get out of this inning. Palmer will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Tiger Stadium suddenly very loud. Palmer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 274. And a 274, Trammell gets frozen by a slider for strike 3, inning over. Stadium barfs. Bleh. 2 walks, but the Tigers are not able to do anything with it. Still 5-0 Expos after 8. This is a game the Tigers need to have. They're running out of time to get it, though. Top of the 9th coming up, and we're back to the top of the Expos order. Here's Dawson. Dawson tonight is 1 for 3. Behringer will continue to pitch. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 535. That's over to first base, Bergman, and that'll be grounded right at him. He'll wave off Behringer coming over to cover the bag. 1 out in the inning. Winningham, now the batter. Winningham tonight is 1 for 4. He's got a single. Behringer looking at Parrish for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 233 against a lefty. That'll be a base hit for Winningham. He will get on with a single. Infield will go to double play depth. Raines, now the batter. Raines tonight is 0 for 2, but he's got 2 walks. Behringer looking in at Parrish for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 314, and a 314 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Garby back for that one. He will make the catch for out number 2. Batter now is Law. Law tonight is 0 for 4. Behringer looking in at Parrish for the sign. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Behringer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 670. And a 670 will be grounded over to first. Bergman will get that one. Behringer will come over to cover. He'll take the throw, and that will end the inning. Nothing across except the single for the Expos. We are still looking at a 5-0 Expos lead as we head into the bottom of the 9th, where we will answer the age-old question of, will we see some 9th inning magic? If you're a Tigers fan, you want magic for days, I'm sure of that. Palmer is going to come out of the game. The Expos are going to go to the bullpen to try to finish this one off. And coming in to pitch for the Expos and try to finish this game off is going to be Jack O'Connor. 0-2 with a 4.94 ERA, 23 2/3 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 13 walks, 1 home run in 85. And just in case anything goes haywire for the Expos, getting loose for Montreal in the bullpen is going to be the closer, Jeff Reardon. He will get up and start throwing. Leading off the bottom of the ninth for the Tigers, we're looking at the top of their order. Here's Simmons. Simmons tonight is 1 for 3. He's got a single and a walk. O'Connor looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. 5-0 Expos, bottom of the ninth. Expos lead this series 1-0. O'Connor will set. He will kick, and he will pitch. That is a 135. That'll be a 335. And Simmons swings through a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 1. Batter now is Gibson. Gibson tonight is 2 for 4 with a single and a double. O'Connor looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. Tiger Stadium, loud but nervous. O'Connor will set, and he will pitch. That is a 598. That'll be into right field, where Dawson is waiting for that one. And that'll be a base hit. That'll drop in front of Dawson. Gibson will be on with a 1-out single. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now for the Tigers is Flynn. Flynn tonight is 1 for 4. He's got a single. Gibson could stand a steal, but he's going to hold, as the Tigers do not want to get themselves into any kind of trouble here. O'Connor looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 464 against a lefty. 464. That's going to be a base hit into center field. Gibson with great speed. Nope, he's going to hold at second as well. That'll be a base hit into center field for Flynn. Here come the Tigers with a rally. Batter now is Bergman. Bergman tonight is 0 for 4. O'Connor trying to get out of trouble. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Tiger Stadium just came to life. O'Connor will set, and he will pitch. That is a 222 against a lefty, a 222. That'll be grounded over to second. Picking that up is going to be Law. He'll throw that over to Brooks to get Flynn. Brooks will throw over to first, over to Galarraga. Relays in time. 4-6-3 double play. That's your game. The Montreal Expos are going to take control of this 1985 World Series by a final score in Game 2 of 5-0. Stadium barfs. Bleh! As Bergman grounds it over to second base into a 4-6-3 double play, and the Expos take this one 5-0. Final line score coming up. The Expos, as mentioned, once it decides it wants to focus. Holy cow, is that bright? Well, it's probably the glare from the white inside the dial. The Expos get the 2-0 series lead. For the Expos, 5 runs on 9 hits and no errors. For the Tigers, no runs on 11 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher tonight is Bill Gullickson. Dan Petrie will take the loss. David Palmer will get a hold. And the Tigers left another 14 runners on base. And the Tigers' woes with runners in scoring position continue in this World Series. That will do it for Game 2 of the 1985 World Series. The Expos now with a 2-0 lead on the Tigers, as Game 3 will be on Thursday, as we'll be shifting to Olympic Stadium. I just had the starters. Oh, here we go. And at Olympic Stadium, it will be Walt Terrell starting for the Tigers and Dan Schatzeder starting for the Expos, as the Expos are looking to take a stranglehold on this series when they get back home to Olympic Stadium. Before that, though, Monday, we will be having Pino with Phoenix for March 2025, where I'll talk about everything that's coming up on the channel, of course. Wednesday, we're playing game number 7 on my War Room list, as we play 5 Parsecs from Home from Modiphius Entertainment. Saturday, we'll be in a new cookbook for Mystical Munchies, but I'll talk more about that during Pino with Phoenix. I'll also hold on to next week's video until I talk about it during Pino with Phoenix. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. The Montreal Expos get a 5-run 6th inning, and that's all the scoring tonight, as they take Game 2 5-0 and take a 2-0 lead over the Tigers, heading back home to Olympic Stadium. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys in the future.